in North Carolina. City of Raleigh, the capital with soaring dreams. Place of opportunities and education. Where fun is in the air. History presented to the eyes of the beholder. And past heritage. Can motivate our proud future. With liberty and justice for all, and justice for all. Liberty for some is not handcuffed. For some, justice is not a right, but a fight. Opinions, the show with a goal to let David speak about Goliath. When you talk about a fight,
we are men and women with basic human rights. We are voters, taxpayers, and consumers who are entitled to a say in our government and in our economy. We are black and white, young and old, professionals and laborers, and we are united in our commitment to equality and justice for all workers.
Can it be silent? Yes.
At the end of the moment of silence, you'll probably hear the music start playing. That lets you know this moment of silence is over. For 15 minutes, we will be totally silent in the face of a legislature that doesn't see us as equals. We will stand here and remind them that we too are men and women. We have rights, and they should respect them. For 15 minutes, total silence. Please hold your signs. Total silence. Twenty seconds.
Now can we say we are one?
On April 4th, 1968, Dr. King was killed while fighting for the Memphis sanitation workers to have the right to collectively bargain. 43 years later, all around the country, politicians funded by corporate interests are attacking the very rights that Dr. King gave his life for.
In remembrance of not how he died, but why he died and what he stood for. Civil rights, education equality, human rights, lifting up the poor, non-violence. Dr. King stood strong in the foundations of his Christian faith, which puts justice at the center of faith. He stood strong in the movement of justice. And we need to hear, America needs to hear, North Carolina needs to hear what Dr. King said in his last speech. Nothing would be more tragic than for us to turn back now. So we want to, in a sense, even thank the Tea Party, not for what they're doing, but they may have done something they didn't realize. They have caused us to hook together like never before, to join together like never before, and they are reviving the prophetic consciousness in this nation. And when it is all done, we will win, not for ourselves, but for the betterment of all people. Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.
Is it fair? 1,000,000 to 1? Nah, some are still suffering way too long. This documentary for them. Reggie and Teaspoon.
You just gotta believe. Pray on, yeah.
Cracks, whips, and steals. UPS discrimination in the workplace. Special guest, Vivian, the wife of Teaspoon. Brittany, and Sequoia, the daughters of Teaspoon. Announcing their struggles on Atlantic and New Hope. Now it's time for them to voice their opinions and their feelings. Some of the trials that they're going through. Just because of discrimination in the workplace.
Me not to do things with my family. My daughter asked my wife why was her very so quiet and didn't want to talk to her much. And I didn't know that it had affected me that matter until my wife suggested to me. So that's what made me decide to do something about it. So I decided to get help. Psychological help.
What it has done to me as actually being a wife, it affected me a lot because normally if a wife, you and your husband are kind of like joined together, and what affects him affects me as in the way of not going on as many family trips as we had, just not doing things together. Ben's kind of like being withdrawn from the situation. And it affected me because the things that he used to do that he can't do anymore, I have to actually pick up those things and now actually do. As for just keeping the maintains of my house running because he's working, if he's not working, he don't really want to do things. Kind of like sleeping and laid back, kind of withdrawn. So, and me as a wife, I'm not sleeping that great at night because when I actually, when my husband's at work, I'm thinking, okay, what are they gonna attack him on tonight? So I'm like sometimes trying to call and make sure, like, are you okay? Anything going on and stuff like that? Yes, almost every single day while he's at work. Yes. And it's also affected my daughter as like she's like, Dad's not spending that much time with me. Like doing a lot of playful things, and she just noticed that he's actually not being very sociable as he used to be, or they going together and doing things as father and daughter. And I also have a 21-year-old, and she's in college, and she can tell a big difference with the way that it have actually affected her daddy, and it's affecting her also. As she's in school, she's calling him, making sure he's okay. Daddy, what have they done to you tonight? And that's not where a family should live, because when your husband go to work, it should be a place where he can enjoy doing his job and just coming home. That's what it's all about. A fair day work for a fair day pay. That's all he wants.
It happens to others because it's not a good feeling to be retaliated against or discriminated against or even just pinpointed out. Kind of hard, and it's hard going to work knowing that somebody's out there to try to find a way to fire you every chance they get. It's not a good feeling going to work. And sometimes I have chest pain when I'm on my way to work because I don't know what's going to happen next, And as for my family, you have to try to keep yourself calm while you're at work so you won't have an accident. And it's hard to do. You got people calling to other centers, telling them to watch you for a certain length of time to see what you're doing, stuff like that. That can cause, anxiety, making me feel like as though I'm not doing my job correctly, which I know I am, because, I don't go to work just to play around. When I'm there, I'm doing my job. And I don't need nobody to stand over me, try to find a reason to fire me. Because if you look hard enough, you can find something.
Well, with me not actually being an employee at UPS, but my husband's been a model employee for 22 years, and that says actually what I would like to see done is these managers that's actually harassing these guys and retaliation and discriminating against them, something should be done with them. Justice needs to take place. Because, we fought so long and so many years with our ancestors, hoping that this won't happen, but it's still happening. So some type of justice needs to take place, and I would have never thought that UPS would actually let this go on in their company. Even as to with the union, I would have thought that they would have actually stepped in and helped these guys that's been going through all this retaliation and harassment. It haven't been no help there on that part, as I can actually say for my husband, and I don't think I've actually talked to some of the other guys too. Some of them are getting harassed, and they haven't had any help from the union either. And so I'm just feeling like, if you're going to actually pay your union dues and you are an active member in the union, why not the union's not helping, these guys? And back then, with years ago, the union was strong. I was under union back in '86. And that union, they fought for you. They stood up for their workers. And now it's just like, you go to work, we can treat you any way we want to treat you. The union's kind of like, it's not, hey, you guys deal with it the best way you can. That shouldn't be, not this day and time. That's not what we're fighting for. And I'm standing up for my husband and the other guys at UPS, not just Ben, but every other worker out there. This is why I'm actually doing the protest, so that everybody's voice can get heard, letting them know what type of harassment or retaliation that's going on out there in the workplace. It's got to be heard, not only at UPS, but there's other companies it's also going on too. People need to stand up and not just sit down on it, because the only thing that's going to happen when you sit down or lay down, you will get stomped. But if you stand up, they cannot do anything to you.
To come out and stand and show that they are not afraid. I'm trying to form this protest so to let everybody know that you can do something about it. I didn't have no management, no type of management come to me and ask me, what's the problem, what can I do? None of that. I feel like this. I think the CEO should give me a call or contact me and talk to me face to face. I think the CEO should talk to my family face to face and let them tell me that he's gonna do something about it, especially in the Raleigh hub. I don't know what's going on everywhere else. I'm pretty sure it's going on, but something needs to be done at the Raleigh hub.